Hey guys, what's going on? Steven back again, and I'm back with another 40k video from Majorkill. I hope you guys are enjoying his videos as much as I am. I really like the topics he covers. What was it? How does diplomacy work in 40k? The top 5 oldest space marines. And then today's video, every single Guardsman regiment explained part 1. I don't think there's really like any other channels out there that really cover the topics he does. I mean, I'm sure there is, but like they might take like one regiment and then go into the entire lore of that one regiment. You know, from the looks of this video here, it's going to be, all right, there's this regiment here, here's a little bit of lore, you know, not go into here's this regiment and here's how they train, this is all the weapons they use, this is every single battle they've been in, this is, you know, all this stuff. Looks like it's just going to be basically short and sweet and right to the point. So yeah, I am definitely looking forward to this because there is a lot of Guardsman regiments. So I only know of maybe a handful, so I'm very curious to see what all the other regiments are. All right, so one other thing, it is raining out, and the rain is kind of bouncing off my air conditioner. So if you're hearing any pinging sounds and stuff like that, that's what it is. Hopefully the video will kind of drown out that noise. All right, so anyways, as Majorkill would say, let's get into it.
G'day, guys and gal. In a setting full of roided up super soldiers, space bugs of death, blue communists with suspicious orifices on their heads, and big titty elder girlfriends, it truly warms my heart to see so much love given to the average guardsman. It's cool. And yeah, kind of disturbing to see how much love people give to the deathcore of Krieg, and awesome to see that Cadia broke before the Guard did. I get inundated with Guardsman video ideas, and my top 5 Guardsman regiments video was super popular, so today we'll be covering every single Guardsman regiment types in Warhammer 40k. I've written this intro without first checking how many there are, so I could have really screwed myself here, like I've done in pretty much every other video like this. Let's have a look. Oh, shit.
Oh, dear God.
Oh well, we've come this far. Today we'll go over each of the distinct Guardsman regiments. I will be grouping all Cadian ones together to keep this video at a reasonable length, and each of the distinct...
Tanith First and Only, Terex Guard, Truscan Snowhounds. Oh my God. Harkoni Warhawks, Faburn Vanquishers. Oh my God.
Guardsman regiment.
Zaonia Free Companies. Jopal Dentured Squadrons.
I will be grouping all Cadian ones together to keep this video at a reasonable length, and if this video does well, then I'll give Cadia their own video. Let's get into it. Starting us off with everyone's favourite purple-eyed badasses, the Cadian Shock Troops. Not to be mistaken with the significantly more polite Canadians, these men and women of a fortress world Cadia are born and bred for war. As Cadia was the first line of defense against the Eye of Terror, Chaos has been non-stop trying to slither its tentacles deep into its taint holes. Hence, the people of Cadia not only know of demons and chaos, but were born and bred to kill them. For a young age, they're trained, becoming crack shots before they start growing hair on their balls. Apparently, they also love sex, as they were not only able to maintain a big enough population to hold off chaos, but also deliver dozens of Cadian regiments to other battlefields in the galaxy. Cadians are in the category of obviously mutated by chaos, but it's kinda cute, so it's fine, as their proximity to the Eye of Terror has made their eyes purple. Sanguinius is also in this category, which makes it okay. Despite Abaddon showing poor sportsmanship and throwing a Blackstone fortress at Cadia, destroying it and killing a lot of people, there are still thousands of Cadian shock troopers out in the galaxy, fighting harder than ever to avenge their now dead world. The elite variant of the Cadian shock trooper are called the... Alright, watch me fuck this up. Cascarins. Sure. Next up is the Armageddon Steel Legion, which I know a lot of you guys have a boner for considering how many video requests I get for these guys. Coming from a planet called Armageddon, which is in a state of perpetual war, no shit, you would expect some hardy guardsmen to come from here, and you would not be wrong. These war-hardened men and women have an advantage that other regiments do not, a metric shitload of tanks. Armageddon produced a ton of tanks, and the Steel Legion enjoy the use of said tanks. What do you get when you have an army of Rambos born in Australia?
Catachans.
The Catachan Jungle Fighters. These muscly dudes and dudettes are born on arguably the most hostile planet in the galaxy. The animals, plants, bacteria, and even the air wants to end human life. And despite a very spicy infant mortality rate, the Catachan Jungle Fighters have been able to live and thrive on this planet. For context, Catachan has been invaded by demons and Tyranids with no success, as the Catachans, as well as the planet's horrors, were able to repel every invasion without too much issue. Who said you can't be stylish in war? Not the Mordian Iron Guard. These fancy blue and gold troopers look a bit soft from a glance, but once you get absolutely fucking bayoneted by one, you'll quickly change your mind. From the shitty world of Mordian, these badasses are known for their insane levels of morale and discipline. When a fuck-off huge demonic army invaded Mordian, the Iron Guard held them back with everything they had. Each meter of ground chaos gained could be measured in the corpses and screams of demons and chaos space marines. However, the battle was unwinnable for the Iron Guard. However, they held on long enough for Imperial Psychers to cut off the warp and starve the demons of their fuel. Since that fateful day, the Mordian Iron Guard were elevated to one of the greatest regiments in the galaxy and have seen deployment on countless battlefields.
Wow.
Next up we have the Tempesta Scions, who are the creme de la creme of Guardsmen. Although they are not taken from a specific regiment or world, they are still a force in their own right. They are the Special Forces, the Elite, the Navy SEALs, the SAS, and the Clapper of Cheeks. Armed with the most fun gear and weapons a human can hold, these one-man assault squads are the anvil and hammer in most situations. It's time for Krieg, the death core of Krieg. Now I, along with most other Warhammer YouTubers, have sucked these guys off on many occasions. They are the most badass and hardcore guardsmen and are literally unbreakable. They live to die, whilst ensuring they take as many horned fuckers to the grave with them. Whilst their gas masks were originally intended to help them fight on their extremely shitty death world, and they do help on planets that smell like shit, their main use now is so that their allies can't see just how young most Kriegsmen and women are. These warriors begin fighting to the death by the time they're in their young teens, due to their absolutely bonkers death rate. A Kriegsman's hobbies include bayonet charging a gunline, bayonet charging a Chaos Space Marine, and bayonet charging anything whilst making happy gas mask noises. Now we have the Guardsman equivalent of the Suicide Squad, the Penal Legion, aka the Last Chances. Basically, a cheery man called Colonel Schaffer goes to various Imperial prisons and picks out the best and brightest to join the Last Chances. If they survive a number of suicide missions, they are pardoned and set free. If they die during said missions, they are also pardoned. Bit of a win-win here, I would say. To be honest, if there had to be a movie about one Guardsman regiment, these guys might be the most fun to watch. One regiment of Guardsmen that might be able to actually match the death core of Krieg's boners for bayonet combat are the Venderland Guardsmen. What they lack in tanks, they make up for in their ability to stab shit, and their high amount of elite stormtroopers. Plus, these are the guys that fought alongside the Bloodravens in Dawn of War, so yeah, it's pretty cute. Next up are the Armageddon Orc Hunters, who specialise in diplomacy with Xeno races, most notably the Orcs. By diplomacy, I mean decapitation, as these gnarly fuckers stalk the jungles of Armageddon, killing anything that's green and mean. Checkmate Shrek. To hunt an orc, you need to think like an orc, hence why these warriors are considered savages and are barely any better than the greenskins they slaughter. In recent times, the orc hunters have even teamed up with the orcs in order to kill the demons that have been popping up everywhere since the opening of the Great Rift. It's heretical, but I doubt any Inquisitor wants to be on these guys and gals' bad side. Now onto the Asgardian Rangers, which despite their namesake, are not Norse, and they look like dog shit. They're more like Mongolians as they ride around on genetically enhanced horses as they scout out extremely hostile enemy territory. Due to how shit Asgard is, they are well adapted to fight and scout on a variety of planets, most notably Armageddon. Next up is the Athonian Tunnel Rats, who look fucking sick. Their home planet is in a constant state of gang warfare, teaching its youth a lot about urban combat and fighting in tight spaces. As such, when they join the Athonian Tunnel Rats, they're already masters of shooting people in the face in tightly packed rooms. These boys are the go-to for rooting out hidden Chaos Cultists and Hive worlds, or straight up saying sayonara to Gene Stealers. They don't have artillery, but they make up for that with their excessive amounts of flamethrowers. Onto something a bit silly now, we have the Attilian Rough Riders, who look exactly how they sound. A bunch of horse-riding actual Hun-looking Eskimos, these out-of-place warriors excel in horse-mounted spear combat. I mean, like, I'm not a military expert, but I thought horses were more or less redundant by the end of World War I, because, you know, machine guns are a thing. But it's nice to see cavalry making a comeback 40,000 years down the track. You might say calling these guys Attilian Riders is lazy ripoff, but I think it's a nice homage. As an avid fan of Age of Empires 3, I fucking hate Dragoons, but the Brimlock Dragoons in Warhammer 40k are an exception. They're probably the first regiment on this list I've mentioned that don't have inherently terrible worlds or lives, and as such, they're quite numerous, you know, but a bit vanilla. I mean, they ride horses sometimes, but at this point everyone fucking rides horses, so it's not much of a flex. They were known to fight against the Tau in the Damocles Crusade. A regiment that definitely isn't vanilla, however, is the Brontian Longknives from the world of Bront. These guys love to get their rigs out and stab bitches, while also getting stabbed themselves. But don't worry, it looks cool. Whilst Bront is an incredibly violent place thanks to everyone stabbing each other all the time, it's also quite respectful and disciplined thanks to the world originally being settled by veterans of war. A relatively unknown regiment, we now have the Devohn heavy armor who like tanks. I mean, who doesn't? And fought side by side with the doomed Cadians during the fall of Cadia. Another regiment aided Cadia and also likes tanks is the Halcyon Armoured, which is pretty much the exact same as the Devohn heavy armor, just with a different home planet. Some Guardsman regiments are designed to fulfill extremely specific niches. An example of this is the Disprian Mountain Men, who excel in alpine warfare as their home planet is more or less just a big-ass mountain. Now we have the Drukian Fen Guard, who are a bunch of incredibly racist assholes who are also very effective warriors. Their planet is a smelly shithole that only the stench of Mortarian's home planet could compete with. They excel in infiltration and stealth missions on swampy worlds. Jetpacks are cool, and tragically underutilized in the setting of Warhammer 40k, hence I'm a big fan of the Elsian drop troops, who are the guardsmen with jetpacks, baby! Now equipping an army with jetpacks is expensive, however the world of Elsia is full of money and natural resources, so that isn't an issue. If I had a choice, I reckon I'd pick this regiment, because jetpacks and a livable world is a solid combo. Another regiment that also loves jetpacks are the Harakoni Warhawks, who are more or less just an elite stormtrooper version of the Elysian drop troops, from a different planet. Now we have the Faeburn Vanquishers, who are literally just Cadian wannabes. I'm not joking, it's common practice for Cadian commanders to travel the galaxy and train other regiments. Some take the training very seriously and end up looking, fighting, and fucking like a Cadian. I would say some also wear purple contact lenses, but that is not confirmed.
The best.
Next up is the Finrite Highlanders, who are literally carbon copy of real life Highlanders, except, you know, they have laser guns and shit. These men and women are extremely hardy, owing to the fact that their world sucks balls and they're based off Scottish people. Not all Guardsman regiments are cool, some suck balls. Like the Gredask Illuminators, who are basically another one of the Ecclesiarchy's lapdogs, who also double as dodgy tax collectors. Entire fleets of ships would be grounded and forced to pay some kind of random bullshit church tax, as well as hand over their choir boys to sate the dark desires of these men. This next regiment actually has a pretty funny origin story. On the world of Indigar, the planetary governor had a hard-on for his zoo, and had a hobby of getting the most dangerous animals sent to his planet to display. One day there was an earthquake, which released his large collection of abominations that went into the jungles and began to populate and form deadly hybrids. As such, the Guardsmen of Indigar were forced to become capable monster hunters. Fortunately, this also meant they were outstanding when dealing with Tyranids, so I guess there's a silver lining. Now, we have a bit of a meme regiment that were actually featured on Alpha Buzz's Bro Trip series, the Jopal Indented Squadrons. The people of Jopal are put into debt upon birth. For raising them as babies, the planet loans them money, hence as soon as the people of Jopal are able to work, they do so in order to pay off their bullshit debt. One way out of the debt is to join the Jopal Indented Squadrons and fight for their financial freedom. Despite this literally sounding like a terrible way to motivate your people, it actually works pretty well, as the armies of Jopal are numerous and surprisingly well trained.
So I take it they're probably like the best pilots.
Holy fuck guys, this video is already at a solid length and we aren't even halfway through the regiments. There are so many regiments. I'm gonna call it. This is part 1. There will be a part 2, as the idea of making a 30-minute video makes me want to neck myself. And that does us for today, guys. Part 1 of every single Guardsman regiment explained. If you enjoyed the video and want...
Okay, so there we go. There is part 1. So I wonder, are these guys here like some of the best pilots? I mean, that does suck being put into debt immediately upon birth. But I mean, being called something squadrons, you know, just makes me think maybe these guys have some like the best pilots. I did know quite a handful of the regiments, obviously like the first few, I'm sure, like everybody else, you know, Acadians, Steel Legions, things like that. But then like a lot of these other ones did not know at all. Knew nothing about them. But it was very cool to learn about them, especially these ones right here. The what was it? Last Hope. I think that's what it is. Last Hope.
The Penal Legion, aka the Last Chances.
Last Chances. Like he said, that would actually be really cool to see as like, I don't know, like a movie or a TV show. You know, like, hey, this is your last chance, you know, if you die, you know, you're forgiven, and after enough missions, you're also forgiven, so, like you said, win-win. But yeah, I think that'd be actually very interesting to see, you know, some sort of film or something like that, but, you know, I mean, Games Workshop's really not in that business. I mean, we're still waiting on Eisenhorn, you know, and I don't even know what is the state of that show. I mean, I don't even think they've announced like a cast yet. So I have a feeling it's going to be a very, very long time before we even see that show. I mean, has anything been announced? I mean, Warhammer Eisenhorn TV series. Let's see, news. January 11th, 2022. Jesus. Henry Cavill wants to be in a Warhammer TV show, December 31st, 2021. Oh my god, yeah, there is like nothing at all. MovieWeb, 1 week ago, rolling the dice on Warhammer. It's about time Games Workshop gets made into a live-action movie. Oh. With almost a 40-year history, Time Warhammer brand turned tabletop into a live-action movie. Now we're talking. Watching Series 2 of Raised by Wolves, a sci-fi epic, is about a race of human survivors having fled Earth and two factions warring over religion. Reveals a world awe-inspiring visual beliefs, blah, blah, blah. Filmed on location in South Africa. Raised by Wolves is set on the planet of Kepler 22b, a location that feels so wonderfully futuristic. Makes up a series that is so colorfully imaginative. Blah, 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 blah. Skip. Let's get to the Warhammer. Where is it? Produced by Ridley Scott. It actually doesn't sound too bad. With such a dangerous sight, you'd be in the right frame of mind if the show brought to mind the world of Warhammer. These characters are marooned on Kepler 22b, where the wildlife and nature is intentionally out to kill everyone. Wow. The Warhammer series and its sister series, Warhammer 40,000, has such an intrinsic world of background, warring forces, its own good, and more fictional religion than the actual Bible. Fans of the Warhammer brand who want a cinematic adaptation should tentatively be watching a TV show as visually stunning, high ambition as Raised by Wolves. It kind of seems like a pitch to get everybody to watch that show. Dawn of War, critical hits. Ultramarines movie released in 2010. In 2019, a live-action series titled Eisenhorn, based on the 40K novels of the same name, was announced with showrunner Frank Spotnitz attached. With Spotnitz, a proven name in high-concept sci-fi television with the likes of X-Files, one of my favorite shows, and more recently, The Man in the High Castle. That was actually really good, too. I didn't finish watching it, though. With very little news since then and zero information on the official Eisenhorn IMDb page. Bar the title, the project was assumed to be dead as a Necron warrior. Earlier this year, however, Games Workshop released this statement, reassuring, touching base with the fans. In terms of media and entertainment, progress continues, and we are delighted to have signed up a major LA-based agency to help us. Eisenhorn is in development and the subject of discussion with potential distribution partners. We have made some solid progress in our writers' rooms and have a number of further exciting live action and animated projects in development. Okay. So it looks like, I guess, they do have other live action projects in the works with additional Warhammer streaming service, Warhammer Plus, blah 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 blah. Yep. Okay, so I guess they do have other live action projects in the works. But I mean, when are we ever going to see them? That's the thing. I mean, here we are, 2019, Eisenhorn was announced, and here we are, 2022. We don't even know who's going to be playing Eisenhorn yet. So, I mean, that is, as good as that is, you know, that cool that you do have apparently a number of further exciting live action and animated projects in development. When are we going to see them? You know, that's the thing. I mean, we might not be looking at Eisenhorn to come out for at least like another maybe 2, maybe 3 years. I mean, here we are, the 1st of June 2022, and we don't even have a cast yet. And then they gotta start pre-production, then they gotta start filming, depending on how many episodes it's gonna be. Is it going to be 10 episodes, or is it gonna be like one of these other shows that only have like 6 episodes? Some with only like 5. You know, and then they gotta finish it, you know, edit it and stuff like that, and then start the marketing, teasers, trailers, all that stuff. So, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure what to say. As cool as it be, I guess we'll just have to, you know, wait and see. I always thought, like, at least I figured, like, Games Workshop would try to be jumping all over, like, look at the success of, like, The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, Obi-Wan, which I haven't started watching because I kind of like to wait till all the episodes are out, then binge watch all the way through. Moon Knight, which was absolutely awesome. You know, all these shows focusing on, like, a specific character. I figure, like, wow, people like that. Let's try to do our own version of that. You know, we got a ton of characters that we could do, even if it's a like an anthology series. You know, I don't know, like one episode focuses on one character, another episode focuses on a separate character. You know, something like that. Like The Walking Dead is currently doing it with Tales of the Walking Dead. Each episode is going to focus on a certain character. Something like that would would be cool to see. I don't know if it's just a lot of money you'd have to sink into, a show like The Mandalorian and stuff. So I don't know. Guess we'll have to wait and see. I do like all their animated stuff is really good, but it's just like I want something more than like cartoons. You know what I mean? Hammer and Bolter, I like those. I like those stories and stuff like that, but I just want something a little bit more than animation. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Maybe eventually there'll be more updates and stuff like that. I mean, we haven't heard anything else, and I don't know exactly when that statement was made. Earlier this year. I don't know what earlier this year means. Like, what? January? Let me see. Maybe if I click on this. Release this statement. Alright, where does this bring me to? Oh, Games Workshop investment page. Oh, okay. Okay. The 11th of January 2022. Oh my god. So that was put out at the beginning of this year. Wow. Okay. So this talks about everything. Their revenue, employees, factories, facilities, all this stuff. Video games, which I mean, even then, I don't know, their video games they're just tossing it out to like anything. Let's get some more like AAA games, like, I mean, yes, some of those indie games are really good, but it's like, let's get something a little bit more, AAA. Here we go. Non-core business, licensing, media, and entertainment. Video games. Here we go. We have found great success in licensing Warhammer into computer games with some world-class partners. A number of major video games are due to be launched in 2022, including Total War Warhammer 3, Warhammer 40,000 Darktide, and Lost Crusade. Deals have been announced to launch a major online game set in the Age of Sigmar universe. Really? Okay. As well as Space Marine 2. We continue to search for the right long-term partners to exploit other IP opportunities. We have some further exciting plans in development. So that is very interesting. I still haven't heard anything about a major online game set in the Age of Sigmar universe. Interesting. But I mean, let's get some let's go to I don't know, a major, try to go for a major company, I don't know, go talk to Ubisoft or something like that, Entertainment. In terms of media and entertainment, progress continues, and we are delighted to have signed up a major LA-based agency to help us. Eisenhorn is in development and the subject of discussion with potential distribution partners. We have made some solid progress. Okay, so they basically copied and pasted the same that thing. But yeah, that was back in January, and wow. No other updates since then, so yeah, I don't know. Alright, but anyways, that is enough rambling from me. Very cool video. Learned a good amount on a lot of these other regiments that I had no idea about, like this regiment here, and all these other ones here and stuff like that. So it was very cool to learn, all about these other regiments and stuff. Jetpack, space, Imperial Guard with jetpacks, that would be very cool. I guess, well, this regiment here does have them, but I guess they come from a very wealthy planet, so yes, it makes sense. You got the the knockoff Cadians, but I mean, I guess it makes sense if other, I guess, commanders that survived went to different planets to try to rebuild Cadian troops, since they are basically the best, if you will. But yeah, it was absolutely very cool to learn, all about these regiments, and I can't wait for part 2 to see what the other regiments are. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. That'd be awesome. Remember, feel free to subscribe to my channel, follow me on social media, links are in the description box below, and of course leave me all your thoughts and comments. What do you guys think about the video? What do you think about all these regiments? And yeah, if there's any other specific like Majorkill videos you want me to cover, let me know. I just kind of go through the list of his videos and oh, that one looks interesting, and yeah, that's how I pick. So yeah, if there's a certain one you want me to watch, let me know. And anyways, other than that, just stick around. More videos are on the way, and I will see you guys next time.